From the broad daylight scuffle that silenced Nipsey to the cold chase that clipped XXXTentacion's wings, and beef that was supposed to be just bars ended up flipping Von's destiny. These streets ain't just spitting bars, they're firing bullets. Talking tough about staying strapped and dropping your enemies is one vibe, but it hits different when you're caught lacking in your own hood, taking the ultimate L from the same haters you called out in your verses. Caught in the crossfire, these rap legends face the ultimate shutdown, not by their rhymes, but by the steel in their ops' hands. Eric Holder. Eric Holder, a man whose life was deeply rooted in the Crenshaw community, found himself entwined in a narrative of violence and betrayal. As a member of the Rollin' 60s set of the Crips gang, Holder's path often crossed with Nipsey Hussle, fellow gang member who had risen to prominence not just as a rapper, but as a pillar of the community. While Hussle's Grammy-nominated album Victory Lap brought him acclaim, Holder struggled to find his footing in the music industry, performing under the alias Fly Man. The relationship between the two men, once underpinned by mutual gang affiliation, was tested by the harsh realities of street credibility and respect. On the afternoon of March 31st, 2019, Holder encountered Hussle outside the Marathon clothing store. Their conversation, initially casual, took a grave turn when Hussle mentioned paperwork, street slang for documents suggesting someone had cooperated with law enforcement. In the gang-dominated hierarchy, where such an accusation could be a death sentence, this was a severe charge, one that Holder perceived as a direct attack on his reputation. After their exchange, Holder left, leaving Hussle and others in the parking lot, unaware of the tragedy that was about to unfold. Minutes after their exchange, Holder returned to the scene, not with a desire to reconcile, but armed with 2 handguns. He opened fire, striking Hussle and 2 other men in a brazen daylight assault that was captured on video. The community's pillar of progress, Nipsey Hussle, succumbed to the bullets, his life tragically cut short in the very place he had invested so much of himself. The woman who was with Holder on that day, caregiver and driver who had been granted immunity for her testimony, provided a chilling account of the events. She and Holder had met in February, and on that day, they had pulled up to a burger joint near the Marathon clothing store. She spotted Hussle and, excited, approached for a selfie, overhearing Holder confront Hussle with the question, "'Cause have you ever snitched?" After uploading her selfie with Hussle to Facebook, she returned to the car. Holder, having picked up his fries, joined her, and as they drove around the block, he began loading a gun. She protested against any violent intentions, prompting Holder to put the gun away. They stopped for Holder to eat, but shortly after, he exited the car, leaving her waiting. Moments later, she heard 2 gunshots and saw people running from the area. Holder returned to the car, visibly angry, and demanded she drive away, threatening her with violence if she did not comply. She dropped him off at his cousin's house later. Holder's attempts to stay with her that night and his request for help in securing a motel room the next day did not raise her suspicions until she saw social media posts linking him to the shooting. Confronting him at the motel, she received no answers, only noticing his increased breathing. Her realization of the gravity of the situation came when she saw her car and license plate on the news. Despite initially being turned away by the police, she and her mother returned to the station the next morning. During a 5-hour interview with detectives, she revealed Holder's initial intention to conduct a drive-by and her refusal to allow her car to be used for such a purpose.
So basically, when Eric get out, and they talk, the split second that they had it, and them say, some shit floating around, take care of it, like on a homie tip, like.
Testimonies from others, including Herman Douglas, who worked for Hussle, and Kerry Lathan, who was wounded in the shooting, painted a picture of the day's tragic events. Douglas recounted Hussle's warning to Holder about rumors of snitching, while Lathan, testifying from a wheelchair, shared his brief encounter with Hussle before the shooting and the ominous words from the shooter, "You're through." The coroner's report detailed the extent of Hussle's injuries, with at least 10 gunshot wounds and 6 bullets removed from his body. Holder's arrest came 2 days after the shooting in Bellflower, ending a brief but intense manhunt. Holder's attorney, Aaron Jansen, sought leniency, citing Holder's mental health struggles, including auditory schizophrenia, and the perilous future he faced in prison. Yet, Los Angeles County Superior Court Judge H. Clay Jackie was unmoved, sentencing Holder to 25 years to life for Hustle's murder, an additional 25 years for using a firearm, and 10 more for the assault on the two men wounded in the attack. As Holder was escorted from the courtroom, Herman Douglas, Hustle's close friend, sang out, signaling the end of Holder's freedom and the community's long road to healing. Justin Johnson, Shondell Barnett, Cornelia Smith, and Hernandez Govan. In the world of hip-hop, chilling silence fell as news broke of the untimely death of Young Dolph, revered figure in the rap community. On the fateful day of November 17, 2021, the hip-hop community was left reeling when news surfaced that Young Dolph had been fatally shot. The rapper was visiting Makeda's homemade butter cookies, a local bakery he frequented and supported, when an unidentified white Mercedes-Benz pulled up, and two men emerged and unleashed a barrage of gunfire. Dolph, aged 36, succumbed to his injuries, and the news of his death sent shockwaves through the city of Memphis and beyond. The brazen daylight murder of Young Dolph prompted an immediate and intense investigation.
Ain't no way these folks just straight came and ran down on Dolph. Dead ass. These folks just straight killed Young Dolph. He was busting, but they ain't reach. He was shooting back. His homeboy, they got him in the car now.
Fans and fellow artists took to social media to express their disbelief and sorrow, while law enforcement agencies began piecing together the events that led to the tragedy. The city mourned the loss of not just a rap icon, but a community leader and a symbol of hope. The Memphis Police Department worked tirelessly, combing through evidence, interviewing witnesses, and piecing together the events of that tragic day. Surveillance footage became a crucial piece of the puzzle, capturing the moments leading up to the shooting and the chaos that ensued. The CCTV footage led the police to one of the shooters, Justin Johnson. Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, was identified as a suspect in connection with Young Dolph's murder. Johnson became the focal point of a nationwide search. With a warrant out for his arrest, the quest to apprehend him intensified, drawing the attention of federal agencies and the public alike. Johnson was not an unknown entity in Memphis. He was a local rapper with a following, and now he was wanted for first-degree murder. The warrant for Johnson's arrest painted a picture of a man with a history entangled with the law. According to Shelby County court records, Johnson had been involved in a shooting at the Billy Hardwick bowling alley in 2017 when he was just 18. Despite the gravity of the crime, Johnson had been given a second chance, largely due to his immediate cooperation with authorities. Judge Christopher Kraft, who presided over Johnson's previous trial, spoke of the decision to grant him probation in an interview with local media. The first time he used a gun, we gave him some slack because of him immediately cooperating and doing everything, Kraft explained. But Johnson's brush with leniency was short-lived. His probation was revoked following a federal weapons charge for which he served additional time in prison. In a twist that seemed ripped from a crime thriller, messages appeared on an Instagram account believed to belong to Straight Drop. One post declared, "Turning myself in Monday 201, I'm innocent. I'll be back sooner than you can blink." The cryptic message, referring to the address of the Shelby County Men's Jail, left more questions than answers. As the manhunt intensified, the Instagram account gained thousands of followers, and the digital breadcrumbs led back to Johnson. The account, previously registered under Justin Johnson on 23, was linked to him through phone records and emails. The world watched, waited, and was ultimately left in suspense as the deadline came and went without a sign of Johnson. Instead of turning himself in, he released a new music video for his single Trackhawk on the day he was supposed to appear before law enforcement. Johnson, a fugitive on the run for over a month, was traveling in a vehicle when he was stopped and arrested.
Then will finally have his day in court. He's one of the men accused of killing Adolph Thornton Jr., also known as Young Dolph.
He faced a slew of charges, including first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, and theft of property worth $10,000, $60,000. The capture of Johnson, alongside Cornelia Smith, who is also charged with first-degree murder, and Shondell Barnett, charged with after-the-fact accessory to first-degree murder, marked a significant moment in the case. Justin Johnson and Cornelia Smith, aged 32, were believed to have played pivotal roles in the events that led to Young Dolph's untimely demise. Alongside them, Shondell Barnett, 27-year-old, was arrested and charged as an accessory after the fact. The trio was set to face the consequences of their alleged involvement in a crime that had stolen a philanthropic soul from the world. Barnett's arrest in January 2022 in Indiana was a significant development in the investigation. Found in a car with Justin Johnson, the suspected triggerman in the November 2021 killing of Dolph, Barnett was suspected of assisting Johnson in evading arrest. This alleged aid to a fugitive placed Barnett squarely in the crosshairs of law enforcement, leading to his charge as an accessory. Barnett's role in the aftermath of the murder was under scrutiny, and he was held in Clay County, Indiana, awaiting extradition to Memphis. The expectation was that justice would take its course, that Barnett would be delivered to Tennessee to to answer for his part in the events that unfolded on that tragic November day. The unraveling of this conspiracy didn't stop with Barnett. Cornelius Smith, another suspect, is believed to be one of the shooters. The plot thickened with the arrest of Hernandez Govan, charged with ordering the hit on Dolph. Hernandez Govan. Govan's arrest marked a significant turn in the investigation, as he was not just another suspect, but was believed to be the mastermind that ordered the hit that killed young Dolph. Shelby County District Attorney General Steve Mulroy confirmed to the Commercial Appeal that Govan was suspected of putting a hit on Thornton before his death. Revelation that added a layer of complexity to the case. Timothy Leaks. On the night of November 6, 2020, the Atlanta rap scene was shaken to its core when gunfire erupted outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge. The chaos between King Von and Quando Rondo that ensued left 2 individuals dead, including the rising rap star King Von, born Davon Bennett. Now, before this night, the tension between King Von and Quando Rondo escalated, with rumors suggesting that the two were rivals. King Von, associated with Lil Durk's label, and Quando Rondo, working with NBA Youngboy, found themselves in opposing camps. Social media, double-edged sword, plays its part, amplifying every glance, every line dropped that could be perceived as a slight. Fans dissect lyrics and exchanges, fueling the fire of speculation. Are King Von and Quando Rondo merely products of an industry that thrives on conflict? Or is there a deeper story brewing beneath the surface? Despite this, King Von dismissed the idea of rap beef, stating, "Ain't no rap beef and ain't no real beef unless somebody got shot or something." Quando Rondo echoed a similar sentiment in an interview with Angela Yee, claiming he had never had any interaction with Von and was unaware of his identity during their fatal encounter.
I'ma stand right here till they get right here. You feel me? As soon as they do that, I'm gonna get in the back seat. I'm gonna go to sleep. You feel me? I'm with my day one, my main man. Right. I could do this, like, you feel me? One thing about it, he gonna protect me with anything, which anybody should do.
The night in question began like any other in the bustling city of Atlanta, with music and merriment filling the air outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge. But as the night progressed, an argument erupted between 2 groups, an altercation that would escalate into a deadly confrontation.
So I'm letting this group come by. Next thing you know, a nigga hit me. You feel me? Boom, bam. Man, like, I lie to you not, man. I lie to you not. Like, it's like I had an out-of-body experience.
Gunfire rang out, and when the chaos subsided, 2 individuals, including King Von, lay dead, and several others were wounded. As the investigation unfolded, Timothy Leaks emerged as the prime suspect in the murder. His name splashed across headlines as the man accused of pulling the trigger that ended King Von's life. The connection between Leaks and the rap industry was further complicated by his affiliation with Quando Rondo, another artist making waves in the music scene. This association led to rampant speculation about the motive behind the shooting, with rumors of a deeper feud between King Von and Quando Rondo's circles. The speculation was fueled by social media detectives who pointed out that Leaks, also known as Lil Tim, had been seen wearing the same outfit during the shooting incident as he had earlier in the day while on set with Quando Rondo for a music video. As the details of the night's events began to surface, the Atlanta Police Department and the Georgia Bureau of Investigation took swift action. Within hours, Leaks was charged with murder. The Atlanta Police Department confirmed that Leaks was in custody and undergoing treatment for a gunshot wound, stating that the homicide investigation was closed with his arrest. Yet the question of motive remained unanswered, leaving the public to grapple with the senselessness of the violence. The arrest of Timothy Leaks marked a tragic end to a series of events that had spiraled out of control. A night that began with the promise of entertainment and enjoyment ended in a narrative of loss and legal ramifications. In an unexpected twist, the charges that once threatened to imprison Lil Tim for life were dropped and was released on a $100,000 bond. Noah Pines, the attorney representing Lil Tim, confirmed that his client's case was dismissed before it could reach the indictment stage. The reasons for the dismissal were not made public, leaving a void of information that has been filled with rumors, conjecture, and the relentless quest for clarity. Following the dismissal of charges, Lil Tim took to the digital world to proclaim his narrative. He released a music video for his song Left a Stain, a title that seemed to allude to the indelible impact the case had on his life. The video captured a moment of personal victory for Lil Tim, depicting the removal of his house arrest ankle monitor, symbolic shedding of the legal shackles that had bound him. Michael Boatwright, Dedrick Williams, and Trayvon Newsom, On the morning of June 18th, 2018, the city of Deerfield Beach, Florida, was bathed in sunlight. Yaze Onfroy, known to the world as XXXTentacion, began his day with a significant withdrawal of $50,000 from the Bank of America. This sum of money would later become a crucial element in the day's chilling events. After leaving the bank, XXXTentacion made his way to Riva Motorsports, a haven for high-end motorcycles and boats. His passion for bikes was no secret, and his visit to Riva was a routine affair. However, a dark-colored Dodge Journey SUV was on his trail carrying Dedrick Williams, Robert Allen, Michael Boatwright, and Trayvon Newsome, who were plotting a nefarious act. The plot to target XXXTentacion had been brewing for months. Williams had previously spotted the rapper at a probation office in January and recognized his car on the day of the murder. The group's plan was set into motion when they saw XXXTentacion's vehicle at Riva Motorsports. Williams and Allen entered the store, casually passing by XXXTentacion as he browsed the motorcycles. They purchased 2 black masks, signaling their malicious intent. The trap was laid, and as XXXTentacion left the dealership in his black BMW i8, the SUV blocked his exit. Newsome and Boatwright, armed and demanding, confronted him. A struggle ensued, with Onfroy being punched several times and his step-uncle fleeing the scene. Amidst the chaos, Onfroy was heard questioning, "What is this for?" Newsome attempted to snatch Onfroy's chain but failed. Instead, he grabbed the Louis Vuitton bag filled with cash from the open passenger side and returned to the SUV. Despite the robbery being complete, Boatwright stepped back from Onfroy's car, aimed his rifle, and with a cold stare fired multiple shots, fatally wounding the young rapper. The assailants then made their escape in the Dodge Journey. In the aftermath, Allen revealed that Newsome questioned Boatwright's decision to shoot, to which Boatwright claimed Onfroy had tried to grab his gun, a claim that was later dismissed in court as it was confirmed Onfroy had not provoked the attackers. Paramedics rushed to the scene, and although they briefly revived a pulse, Onfroy never regained consciousness. He was pronounced dead around 5:30 p.m. that day. The tragedy unfolded just east of Parkland, where Onfroy resided. Despite efforts by the Broward County Fire Department and paramedics at Broward Health North, the gunshot wound to his aorta was fatal, and the music world was left to mourn the loss of XXXTentacion. The trial of the 3 men responsible for the murder of XXXTentacion, Michael Boatwright, Dedrick Williams, and Trayvon Newsome, concluded with each receiving life sentences on April 7, 2023. Convicted of first-degree murder and armed robbery, the jury reached their verdict after 8 days of deliberations. Prosecutors meticulously pieced together the events of June 18, 2018 through surveillance footage and cell phone videos that captured the defendants flaunting cash just hours after the murder. The testimony of Robert Allen, an accomplice turned state's witness who pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, further tightened the noose around the necks of the convicted. The courtroom was silent as the life sentences were handed down by Broward County Circuit Judge Michael Usan. The defendants, dressed formally for the occasion, displayed little emotion as they were handcuffed one by one. The trial, which lasted a month, painted a detailed picture of the events leading to the rapper's death, with prosecutors dismissing claims of poor investigation and alternative suspects. Boatwright was identified as the primary shooter, Newsome as the other gunman, Williams as the driver of the SUV, and Allen as an accomplice inside the vehicle. Corey Walker and Keandre Rogers. On the fateful day of February 19th, 2020, the rising star Pop Smoke, born Bashar Baraka Jackson, was in the Hollywood Hills enjoying the fruits of his burgeoning career. The Brooklyn rapper, just 20 years old, had found fame with tracks like Welcome to the Party and Dior, and his distinctive sound had earned him a legion of fans. That day, he had been busy with meetings, his presence in the city a blend of business and the pursuit of pleasure. As night fell, Pop Smoke returned to the Airbnb he was renting, property owned by reality TV personality Teddy Mellencamp and her husband Edwin Arroyo. The home was a symbol of success, a multi-million-dollar fortress amid the glittering sprawl of celebrity homes. But the security of the affluent neighborhood was no match for the events that were about to unfold. Earlier, Pop Smoke and his friend Michael Duradola had posted images on social media, some of which inadvertently revealed the home's address. One post in particular showed gifts he had received with the address clearly visible on the packaging. This seemingly innocent act would have dire consequences. In the early hours at approximately 4:30 a.m., 5 hooded men, one brandishing a handgun and masked with a ski mask, forced their way into the house via a second-story balcony. They confronted a woman inside, pressing a gun to her head and threatening her life. Moments later, an altercation ensued, and Pop Smoke was shot 3 times. The alarm was raised, and the Los Angeles Police Department was notified of the invasion from a call made from the East Coast. Officers arrived within 6 minutes to discover Pop Smoke wounded by multiple gunshots. He was quickly transported to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, where, despite the urgent medical intervention of a thoracotomy, he was pronounced dead a few hours later. Initially, the LAPD considered gang rivalry as a motive, given Pop Smoke's ties to the Crips. However, the narrative shifted to a botched robbery. The assailants had made off with a gold watch and other jewelry, including a diamond-studded Rolex, which was later sold for a mere $2,000. 15-year-old among the four intruders would later confess to the killing during a recorded conversation at a juvenile detention center. He revealed that Pop Smoke had initially cooperated but then resisted, leading to a violent struggle where the rapper was pistol whipped and shot. The day before his murder, Pop Smoke's social media activity had unknowingly set the stage for the tragedy. The posts had displayed Mellencamp's home address, inadvertently signaling the location to potential criminals. Following his death, Pop Smoke's family and fans mourned the loss of the young talent. His body was laid to rest at Greenwood Cemetery after a procession through his hometown of Canarsie, Brooklyn, where his casket was drawn by a horse carriage. A poignant tribute to a life cut tragically short. Months later, on July 9th, arrests were made in connection with Pop Smoke's murder. 3 adults and 2 minors were taken into custody with charges ranging from murder during a robbery and burglary to attempted murder. The minors, due to their age and California law, faced proceedings in juvenile court. Patrick Clark. As the sun set on the 31st of October, 2022, the city of Houston was alive with anticipation. The night was set to be one of celebration. With the second son of James Prince, Jazz Prince Jr., marking another year around the sun, the festivities were hosted at 810 Billiards Bowling, a popular entertainment spot within the Green Street commercial development known for its upscale ambiance and exclusive events. The private party drew a select crowd buzzing with local celebrities, music industry insiders, and friends. Among them was a key member of the rap trio Migos and his nephew Takeoff, who was also part of the group that had risen to prominence with hits that defined a generation. The mood was electric, the music loud, and the bowling lanes were alive with friendly competition and laughter. As the party carried on, a dice game, described by authorities as lucrative, became the catalyst for an argument that spilled outside the confines of the bowling alley. Earlier, Quavo had taken to social media, sharing a video of himself and Jazz Prince Jr. driving through Houston, a testament to the celebratory spirit that had defined the evening. Little did they know that the night's revelry would soon take a turn for the worse. It was in the early hours of November 1st when the argument escalated and shots rang out. Takeoff, who investigators confirmed was neither involved in the dice game nor the ensuing argument, was struck by a bullet, a bystander in the wrong place at the wrong time. The aftermath was chaotic, with more than 30 witnesses scattering into the night, leaving behind a scene that would soon become the focus of a citywide manhunt. Amidst the sound of gunfire, a stray bullet struck Takeoff, who was not believed to be the intended target. The Houston Police Department reported that the fatal shooting occurred at 2:50 a.m. CDT. Takeoff, born Kirshnik Karibal, was shot multiple times in the head and torso. A nurse who lived nearby heard the shots and rushed to the scene. Despite her efforts to check for a pulse, Takeoff was already dead upon her arrival.
He was screaming, "Ah!" So I'm thinking that's the victim. His eyes were rolled back and fixed. And I saw a pile of blood behind his head. So the first thing to do is to put pressure on the wound. That was too late.
The tragedy also left 2 others injured. Joshua Wash Washington, a business associate of Quavo, and a 23-year-old woman, both of whom suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The Houston Police Department, led by Chief Troy Finner, and the HPD Homicide Division, spearheaded by Sergeant Michael Burrow, faced the daunting task of piecing together a puzzle with more missing pieces than present. Witnesses were reluctant to come forward, and the investigation relied heavily on the silent testimony of video surveillance and cell phone recordings. It was a painstaking process, with detectives combing through the digital evidence seeking to reconstruct the sequence of events that led to the tragedy. Patrick Xavier Clark was the alleged shooter. The arrest of Clark on Sterling Green Boulevard was a coordinated effort, described by Chief Finner as peaceful, but executed with the full force of the law. Clark, who was taken into custody without incident, found himself thrust into the spotlight, his face and name etched into the public consciousness as the alleged killer of Takeoff. In the wake of his arrest, details began to emerge that painted a picture of a man seemingly preparing to flee. Court documents revealed that Clark had applied for an expedited passport with plans for an imminent flight to Mexico. With a significant amount of cash at his disposal, prosecutors argued that Clark posed a flight risk, a claim that would lead to his bond being set at $2 million. As the investigation continued, another individual, Cameron Joshua, was arrested on unrelated charges of being a felon in possession of a weapon. Although not believed to have fired the weapon that killed Takeoff, Joshua's arrest added another layer to a case that was far from closed. What could have led Patrick Xavier Clark to allegedly pull the trigger on that ill-fated night? The motive, according to police, stemmed from the aftermath of the dice game, an argument that turned deadly, with Takeoff caught in the crossfire. As the legal proceedings against Clark began, the community and fans of Takeoff grappled with the loss of a young artist whose life was cut short. Murals and tributes appeared across Atlanta, Takeoff's hometown, as the city mourned the loss of one of its own. If you want to see more videos like this, click on one of the cards on the screen.